Chat, you thought you were escaping Overwatch today? You fucking thought wrong. I swapped off to watch videos, and then like within 20 minutes, director's take dropped. God damn it! Anyways, director's take, past, present, and future of Stadium. Hi everyone. We loved hearing your enthusiasm for Stadium, and most of all, we've loved watching you all play it. There's already been so much creativity with builds. Not that we're surprised by that. We knew that you wouldn't disappoint. Before I get into current changes and future developments, I'd like to give a little history of Stadium in hopes that it will give you some context of where it is headed. Plus, I like the title Past, Present, and Future. Past. Stadium emerged as an idea before Overwatch 2 launched. In fact, before it was presented to the team, one of my kids, this is written by Aaron, by the way. This is, I don't think it says anything, but I know this is Aaron speaking because he told me this. One of my kids created the first pitch document with a simple level and presented it to me. Stadium has come a long way since then, but I always think of my son when playing. Early versions looked a little different from the mode you're playing today. Stadium was initially focused on providing as much variety as possible. It was set up as an 8-team tournament. Each round, players picked from random upgrades to use in combat phases of team deathmatch or versus AI, losing health if they lost the round. But it was difficult to create a coherent strategy or builds to counter opponents when the decisions were being made through random selection. This change into the format you see today reflects a shift in our thinking. We still want there to be a variety from match to match in Stadium, but variety is no longer the highest priority. We want you to feel balanced and competitive while making epic builds through strategic choices based on the performance and hero compositions of everyone in the match. So 8-team tournament actually kind of sounds insane. Reminds me of the finals a bit. Curious to see how that would have even worked out. Would have teams been getting knocked out as it goes along? Would you just had to keep playing even if you were in last? I'm curious on that one, actually. Present. Speaking of keeping things balanced and competitive, the team is already planning tweaks based on the feedback and data we've received since launch. While we often see a big spike in playtime shortly after a sparkly new event launches, playtime in Stadium has been a bit stickier. In its first week, roughly 50% of all play hours in Overwatch 2 were devoted to Stadium. Whoa. Holy shit. That's actually insane. Dude, knocking off the normal quick play game mode is borderline impossible. I'm assuming that did that by far because the other 50% would be split between quick play, competitive, and arcade. So that means the most played game mode right now in Overwatch is Stadium. Holy shit. When it comes to builds and heroes, we'll be collecting data over the next few weeks to see what changes need to be made for the mid-season balance patch, if not earlier. There are many gears turning behind the scenes when it comes to Stadium. The development team answered some of your burning questions in a Reddit AMA earlier this week and will be shaping more insights and Stadium data in a special director's take next week. I haven't read the AMA, but I do have a little problem with one thing that was said in it. Me and Iman were talking about it earlier. Basically, they said that they gave everyone a clean slate of MMR. I don't think that's actually true. I don't think so. Because day one we were playing against top 500 players the whole way through, me and Iman both. So pretty sure they pulled like quick play MMR or something that sounded like earlier was talked about. But other than that though, like that's a smaller thing, but I haven't actually read the whole AMA, so there might be more in there. Future. If you like playing Stadium, you'll be happy to know that we have a lot of big plans for it. There will be seasonal updates to Stadium, which will include the releases of new heroes, maps, game modes, systems, and features, as well as the usual care that we put into other modes of Overwatch. What's coming to Stadium over the next 2 seasons? A lot. The team just put out an extensive roadmap for Stadium that shows more of our future plans for this mode. So this is the roadmap? Holy shit. Wait. Season 16 mid-season, Freya. Season 17, Junkrat, Sigma, and Zenyatta are going to be added to Stadium. Push, Esperanza added. Samoa Control added. Unranked Crossplay added. Share and save your builds. New All-Star rewards, custom games, and more example builds. All in Season 17. Holy shit. So does unranked, because I see a couple of you in here, I don't know if you're able to clarify. Does the existence of unranked crossplay mean that there's going to be a quick play version of Stadium? Off the assumption of no answer, I'm going to assume this is probably like a, oh, not sure. All right, so a couple things on unranked crossplay. One, crossplay should exist. It's a good thing. Two, you should absolutely have the ability to turn it off. I don't want to play with console. Console probably shouldn't want to play with me. Unless you have people that you're queuing with for crossplay. I don't want it. Number two, maybe I'm wrong on this. I feel like it's a bit of a mistake to have unranked and ranked Stadium. The queue times for for Stadium already are kind of getting long a little bit. Granted, that could be because it's actually pulling off of MMR. But my rank is not that high. I'm like just whatever's past novice. I don't even remember. Car queue was waiting 20 plus minutes last night. Yeah, I'm not even very high ranked in it at all. And my queues were really long. Me and Emong today, I think, had like a 9-minute long queue. Yeah, the ranks are cosmetic. That's the way I've looked at it. Is I think the ranks are literally cosmetic in that game mode, because it pulls from MMR. Adding an unranked mode to split the queues is smart because it will get more people to play because they're afraid of the points and the numbers going up and down. That I can see the point of, but on the opposite end of that, I think splitting it even further is a potential miss. And I'm really not hype on that one. I think that could potentially spell the end of competitive version of the game mode. Not spell the end, sorry, but it would like, now that would make it so you have 5v5 ranked quick play, 6v6 ranked, unranked, Stadium ranked, unranked. That's a lot of game modes, and Overwatch, granted, is definitely on the uphill climb again, but I'm very cautious, not optimistic, cautious that maybe we don't have the player base for that many people. So, Season 18 though, they're gonna be adding Sojourn, Winston, and Brig. Oh, Brig, Winston's who I was looking for. I wanted Venture too, but that was almost all three. They'll be adding Route 66 in London maps. So Kings Row, right? Why does it say London maps? London maps? What are the London maps? Multiple Kings Rows? Like King Row pieces? Don't know. Stadium trial feature? Trials feature. Stadium trials feature. I don't know what that will mean. New all-star rewards and endorsements. And then endorsements will be added in Season 18. Season 19 and beyond will be new heroes every season. A new China map. So it looks like Lijiang Tower. Draft mode feature. Draft mode? What? Draft mode? What does that mean? Consumables, item system upgrades, and more. Whoa. Yeah, and then you see some of the silhouettes up here. I see Roadhog. Who else is in here? Echo, Doomfist, Hanzo. Who's this? Bap. Like League, you draft your comp before the game. Oh, wait, that could be sick if true. Wait, that could be sick if true. All right, let's go back. By the way, just because I see it again, since we have multiple people, I'm going to ask one last time in chat. If I get no answer, I'll leave it alone. Does this being here that says unranked crossplay is that the assumption then that there's going to be an unranked Stadium? Like ranked Stadium and unranked Stadium? Okay, correct. Okay, so confirm then, there is going to be ranked and unranked Stadium. What I said before still applies, but okay, so it is confirmed. Okay, cool. Our newest addition to the Overwatch roster will be new hero added Freya. and is headed to Stadium, and she'll arrive with Season 16 mid-season patch. But she's not the only hero on the way. We'll have new heroes added every season. Since we think adding new heroes is critically important for Stadium. Absolutely true. I got to talk to some of the fine people at Blizzard at Stadium, and this was like my number one thing for them was like, guys, you gotta get going on the more heroes. I think that this game mode is gonna be gas, and people are going to love it. And you know what? People love it. Each time we've released a new edition internally, they've totally shifted the meta and the way we thought about putting together a build. Game modes. We're planning on releasing a new game mode with Stadium named Payload Race, and 2 brand new maps will launch with it. Wait, that sounds cool as f. On top of that, we'll be integrating a new mechanic that we've been calling quests internally. At the start of each match, players will select from a random set of quests that will dole out rewards once objectives are completed. Wait, that sounds sick. Wait, there's 2... So, the payload race sounds sick, right? Because, like, what if, right? They said, okay, I'm cooking. Let me cook. Do you see how it says London maps? What if payload race is King's Row, but you both start at, like, different ends, or, like, different parts, or, like, maybe, like, you know how there's that PvE area, right? Off to the side that's, like, adjacent, right? What if you're pushing your own payload, but you're also trying to stop the enemy's payload? And so, like, you have 2 payloads that are, like, crossing in the night, and you're trying to stop theirs and push yours? Wait, that sounds sick. Wait a minute. If that's actually how it goes, that would be kind of lit. Congrats, you just described TF2. I never played TF2! You can't come after me for that one! I never played it! Systems. While we're really excited for the new content in Stadium, we think systems that influence the way you put together or put a build together can have an even greater impact. In Season 17, we'll be releasing a build importer and exporter. This will not only allow players to put together builds outside of a Stadium match and then select them inside a match, it will also allow players to select from community builds as well. So basically, if you're not familiar, Deadlock has a feature like this where basically, let's say I do this, right? Like, let's say I make a build for Reinhardt and I go, this is Flat's build. You could literally type into the search bar, Flats, and my thing will pop up with my gamer tag and be like, this is Flats' build. And then it'll say, like, has 5,000 saves, right? And then you could pin that to your profile and, like, save it. And so when you load it into the game, I can, like, I don't know how complex it'll be, but it'll be like, I could write, like, notes to be like, early game, buy these items. Mid game, sell these items, buy these items. Late game, sell these items, buy these items, right? And then, like, powers, like, choose these powers. And then it's like, oh, if they're running Zarya, pick these abilities. If they're running Orisa, sell these 3 abilities, buy these instead, right? And, like, it basically lays out for you how to play the build, and explains to the player while also sharing how the builds work. It is... If it works anything remotely close to that, it's going to be sick. You've also made your voices heard on a topic that is very important to us, crossplay. Since Stadium has a competitive system, it follows the rules of our core competitive mode, which doesn't allow PC and console players to group. Since this is the only way to play the mode, we agree, and we'd like to do something about it. We're currently investigating what it would take to make an unranked version of this mode. This would allow groups of friends to play together and give us the ability to make other changes as well, possibly introducing a best of 5 format to this mode. Before signing off, I'd like to reiterate the team's commitment to the other core modes of Overwatch. We're still pouring as much time, energy, and passion into these as we always have. Stadium isn't competing for those resources. It's giving us more opportunities to deliver Overwatch in a new and exciting way. We can't wait for you to see what's coming there, especially Season 18. It's going to be a banger. Have fun with Stadium, and as always, let's make a great game. All sounds amazing, really does. All sounds very, very, very good. My only thing is around this crossplay / unranked mode, you know, a little bit spooky. But yeah, also there's parts of it like Season 18 seems like it's going to be big changes over here. Honestly, Season 19 seems like it might have some good changes, but unfortunately that's probably a little bit of a ways away. Also, I'm surprised you guys didn't put here new hero, right? Like this should be a new hero season 18. So like, you know what I mean? Like just made like a teaser, like new hero too. We could have made this look actually stacked as, guys, you could have made yourselves even look better than you did, you know? Yeah, the aqua guy. Well, it's stadium specific. True, maybe they aren't available in stadium right away. Which, maybe I'm asking a little too much. I feel like the new hero should always be available in stadium right off the bat. Just saying. Freya, cool hero, very cool hero. The fact that it's not in stadium, I think is probably taking away a lot of that potential curiosity, right? Because, you know, you have a lot of people's favorites and getting a whole new way to play them over here, or you go play the traditional game mode where you get one new hero that you might get and you might not. So, small thing on that one, but yeah. So, anyways, a lot of cool shit. Looks like it's on the way. Next season, season 18, season 19. Jesus Christ, they've been screaming all day. And looks good.